Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Silver Baptiste. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. So we're running BAP.
Always glad to
We have ourselves a Hanzo, a Sigma, a Soldier. We've got some pretty heavy poke. The Mercy. Don't love the double off tank, but it is a very pokey comp that we're looking at. Let's make sure we contribute to it. Okay. You can shift. There you go. Did not need to do that. Did not remotely need to do that. So we look at this.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And we're like, oh yeah, this is happening. Cool, whatever. We're going to shoot at the Pharah. Totally fine. You see the dive tanks come in, and it was probably time to swap damage to the dive tanks, because unless you actually take out the Pharah is going to keep pouring in damage, whereas these dive tanks are going to have to leave as soon as they take damage, or, as soon as they take meaningful damage. So you go here and you pop the shift, and that's for you. That makes sense. You're at about 60% health here. We're going to pop that shift. We don't want this Winston to be a problem for us.
How about a little extra healing?
Your Sigma's fine. Your Sigma still has plenty of health left. In fact, your Sigma still has 250 health left. And if you really need to, you can step in and throw a right click into this bubble. Even though you'll take a little extra Winston damage to do so, look how much health you have. Like, you're perfectly fine. We absolutely are not committing our lamp to a regular old Winston zapping a tank. It's just not happening. Oh look, Sigma took care of himself and rocked the Winston out. Not a big deal, but we just have to understand Winston's not enough of a threat to a tank to justify your lamp usage. You see the D.Va, a little slow unfortunately. So we lose our Hanzo here, but I don't think our Hanzo got one shot. Our Hanzo's at half health. We saw that orb go right by our Hanzo there. We just missed that. That's unfortunate because we should have healed our Hanzo up. Yes, we're more in charge of healing the tanks and less in charge of healing the DPS when we're partnered with a Mercy, but we still should have got that one. Not gonna use that shift. That shift just doesn't do enough for you. You weren't missing health. And again, I don't really want to lamp and fight the Winston. I'd rather run away from the Winston, which I had my exo boots to do, than fight him. That lamp is a really big cooldown, and you're using it on a Winston that just sort of jumped in and zapped you. You could have easily got away. But you chose to use it to go fight him, which isn't our best look. We wanted to run away. We wanted to use the exo boots to pop up here if we had to and be like, oh yeah, Winston, now you can't get us. In fact, maybe I'll put damage on pressure now. If the Pharah was also going to guess, maybe we do lamp, or maybe we retreat over here, and then Winston's like, I don't like this. That would have been better. If he jumped at us again, sure, maybe we lamp, but we didn't want to lamp there.
Get inside.
We knew the up was likely. Our crosshair should have gone up a little faster, but that's not really a big focus.
Uncanny attitude positive, là.
Damage boost engaged.
How about a little extra?
Yeah, we don't really need to do this. So, it's not a huge deal, but you haven't taken damage yet, and your shift heals you for 150 HP, and heals other people for 75 HP. And a direct hit of your right click heals other people for 70 HP, and is also AoE, because it explodes. So, we would really just rather hit a right click into our Soldier. Unless we're taking damage, unless we want to heal ourselves, it's generally a lot better to use our right click. The shift isn't actually that useful for healing your team. If you were healing a lot of people with it, sure. If you and your team were taking damage, sure. But here, it's better to have the shift so that you can stay in the fight, so that you get to keep doing offensive shots, so that you can open an angle to continue to heal your team, so that you're safe when a tracer comes after you, than it is to try to heal people with shift like 90% of the time. Heal other people with shift.
How about a little extra? Get in here.
You gotta be careful with these reloads.
You should be a peak performance.
You can go up to help your Mercy out. It's a little scary. Yeah. Okay.
Someone's looking out for me.
This is not your time.
Putting in some damage, which I can handle, but it's not all about damage. Like, if we look at this, this is good. We've positioned ourselves sort of above and behind our team. I don't know what this is about. Like, why are we reloading here? There's absolutely damage to be done here. Like, you look at this, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Why? You've spent 2 heal shots. You see this? You have 80% of your secondary fire left, your heals, and 100% of your primary fire. You have full health. We're good. We absolutely do not need to retreat. We're just like doing nothing by reloading right here. This is probably 2-3 extra shots you could have put into their Diva, into their Moira. Maybe it's a right click that you could have put on both of these guys right here. Like, that's big stuff that you could have done that you just reloaded through. And it's not your first silly reload. Again, no one's putting any pressure on you.
Heroes never die.
Okay, sure. The self-destruct is pressure. No shift?
You all look
Okay.
like you needed some healing.
I'm not really sure I even want to reload here. Like, I'm not sure someone isn't going to come through this doorway that I want to be able to shoot at immediately, and I'm only missing 2 heal shots.
Activating self-destruct.
I mean, are you going to go to card? Is Diva going to card? Who's got card? You do, okay. No shift? Okay, but we don't really need to go to him to use that shift. We just wanted to use that shift because the Winston was on it. Sure. Everyone's low health, you get the lamp off. You could even window this from right here and just be like, I want to chuck double strength heals at my team, plus do double damage to this Winston, snipe this fair out of the air. Window here would be fine. Oh well. Are you trying to actually get out? What's the plan here? This is not a great window.
Weekend burst activated. Let them
Like,
up.
if you win the fight, this will be okay. This will be okay as a window. It's not great, though, because even if you do win, the opponents are now right on top of their spawn. So, like, you winning isn't amazing. Usually when this happens, you'd either just leave or you'd go to carts and make the opponents eliminate you. Those are what would happen. Now, maybe you think you're going to get a bunch of eliminations. You guys are going to win the team fight, and that could happen, and it's fine. If that is what happens, I'm not really going to have an objection to how this goes down. But on the whole, does this window make it incredibly likely that that's going to happen? It makes it reasonably likely, but your upside is pretty minimal. Their spawn is now back here, and now you don't have to, go to cart and get eliminated or walk back here. So there is some value to it, but it's not the upside that you'd get if, say, you were back here, you took a team fight, you windowed here, and you blew them up here type thing, and then they had a little bit longer to go with their spawn, and you guys were a little bit better. So, like, using ults right on top of the enemy's new spawn after they've gotten a checkpoint in payload maps like this, not amazing. Not amazing. Nordstrom says, when to break shield to be able to heal your teammates can be worth it. They need the extra healing too because you got behind from shield blocking your heals. That can be true, yeah. No damage. Like, you're looking at this and you're clearly trying to heal your Sigma, but like in your trying to heal the Sigma, you're applying no damage. No damage to... Why are you reloading? I don't want to reload. You have 6 heal shots left. You have plenty of heal shots. You need this barrier to break so you can heal your Sigma. Left clicks. Left clicks, not reloads. Owie. So when we can't get out like that, it's generally better to go to card, but maybe this will work out.
Pick yourself up. You or me. How about a little extra?
Again, don't love that shift, but okay. At least it affected multiple teammates. Weave a right click, weave right click. So you've tunneled like 6 left clicks in a row here, and I like that I'm seeing some left clicks, I do. But it costs you basically nothing to weave a single right click in between, say you do 3 left clicks, then 1 right click on your Sigma, then go back for 3 more left clicks. That would have been great, and that would have topped off your Sigma, and it wouldn't really have slowed you down much. So let's do that. Let's try and make sure we're hitting some appropriate weave where we're like, hey, I'm still getting off my right clicks when I have to, my heals when I have to, but I can get 1, 2, 3 left clicks between my right clicks if I have to. That's what it can. You can do a 1-to-1, 1 left click, 1 right click, which will be 3 shots on your left click. You could do a 2-to-1, which would be 2 taps of left click or 6 shots of your left click and 1 right click. Or you could do a 3-to-1. That would be fine too. Now, I don't care if you start with a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. Either one is going to be fine with me. 1-to-1's probably easier to start with, but that's what you do. You get better at it. You get more value out of this. It's not damage or heals. It's damage and heals. Why are we reloading? We so desperately need to be spending these heal shots right now. Our D.Va needs help. Our Sigma wouldn't mind some help. We still have 9 ammo, which is 3 shots left of our left click if we need to use it. Like, why are we reloading? Did you shift here to cancel your reload? If so, that was good. Sure. Eliminated with lamp. I mean, he did get eliminated with lamp, but he got eliminated with lamp when he was sort of like running away from the fight, not on the point. But yeah, he did. Broke these shields. Bap's shield break is a big part of his utility. Bap's pressure is a big part of his utility, and pressure being damage, and yes, that helps with shield break. Having your support contribute DPS level shield break is big. I mean, Baps do silly amounts of damage, more damage than heals in a lot of situations, but yeah. And by big, he means honestly kind of broken. Kind of. Okay. Can we go take high ground now? Now that we've like stabilized over here, can we use our exo boots and pop up here and just play from here? Like you're just conceptually playing your BAP from above and behind your team, which is going to do you a lot of good in general. It's going to make you closer to the Pharaoh to deal with. It's going to make it so that you can arc down for your nades on your team. It's going to make it so it's closer adjustments, easier adjustments. You can see more of the battle between the left clicks on the opponents and the right clicks on your teammates. It does a lot of good things. You have to be a little careful with the Widow there, but it does a lot of good things for you. So this is just greed. You see this, and it's like, oh yeah. Hey, I want to take down the D.Va too. I do. But I kind of want to heal mine, right? Like, I'm not just going to ignore my D.Va to take this one down. I can still get my right clicks in. I am a support. Why am I still trying to eliminate Baby D.Va, waiting for Baby D.Va rather than healing my D.Va? Why am I reloading rather than healing my D.Va?
Light them up.
I mean, we'll get staggers off of this window, but I think we were going to get these eliminations anyways. We want this like early in an opponent's push, not as a cleanup. Like we want this, we're gonna win this fight anyway, and then when these guys try to come back, we want to be like, ah, you're out here, now I drop my window. And now they're like, shoot, do we try and push up through your window or do we retreat? And you're kind of gonna get eliminations on them either way. Here, this is just like greed. This is like a Widowmaker that gets 2 eliminations and then pops Infocyte to try and turn it into a 5 or a 6k so that it looks like play of the game. Like, that's what this is. You've already won this fight. What are you using this for? What are you using this for? Nordstorm says, Sheldon says, Bap solid hero. Blah says they don't trust their tanks not to C9 in response to Nordstorm saying, one thing I've noticed from climbing my Tankisar is that lower level supports will touch payload in no time, but then stay in the midst of the fight after tanks run payload. Saw that earlier. Oh, they most certainly do. They most certainly do. We still don't want to hit that shift. Shift is for when we've taken damage. Okay. Close the angle on Widow. Sure would be nice to have a shift right now. Okay, fortunately Mercy got you. Okay. And now you can shift. Now you can shift because you're taking some damage. You know, your friends are taking some damage. We could shift. This would be fine. Cool. Okay. And again, you can shoot at this Winston and have right-clicked your Sigma. You can shoot at this Winston and throw a right-click on your Diva. These reloads, man. Turn around. Stop jumping in the middle of nowhere against Widow and trying to get cover. That would be nice.
Get inside.
You really have a lot of faith in that Sigma shield. Don't window, don't window. We'll Dragon instead. Okay. Not really better. Okay. Now window, window, window. Beautiful. Where's the Widow? It's been a few seconds. Where's the Widow? She should be back by now. Are you thinking about where the Widow is? Are you adjusting to the fact that the Widow could be a problem and say going up over here, tugging back over here, turning and dealing with the Winston, things that don't put you in what are likely Widow sightlines? Like, you have to figure out how to contribute while respecting their Widow, or doing things like shooting the Widow through the Sigma shield, things like that. I don't want to drift into the open. Oh boy. Oh boy. You could have healed Super Mage over there if instead of double right-clicking, you double left-clicked and then right-clicked. Like, no joke would have healed Super Mage. Mega Josh says, take a time every time Temporal says that's a bad shift. I mean, you could. Your liver might not like it. Not when we're reviewing a BAP. Cool, and now turn and shoot at the Winston. It's okay. It's not amazing for you. You don't like shooting behind you when your tanks are up here because it messes up your left-click, right-click rhythm. You don't like it, but we do need this thing to leave. And it'll be very easy to weave right and left clicks between their Winston and your Hanzo, for example, which is something that'll happen. Your liver can regenerate, eat lots of beets. Okay, okay. It'd be cool if you could drag him through a window. I mean, it would be, but we've already experimented with that. We've already experimented with combos that make Grav Dragon just insta-wipe teams, and it's not particularly fun. The Grav Dragon meta was kind of boring, to be honest. mean, specifically, it was a boosted Grav Dragon. The Grav Dragon wasn't enough, but it was like Mercy boosting the Grav Dragon turned it into a thing where it's like, oh, we're going to get a bunch of eliminations easily through Transcendence. That's not a great meta. Now, there's still lots of ways to beat it. You just accept, hey, spread out, take map control, accept that you guys really want to use Grav Dragon to take one person down over here, two people down over here while we crush your team, and your Zarya isn't terribly mobile. Like, there was ways to beat it, but, like, it still wasn't a particularly good meta, and that's why Dragon Strike got nerfed to not being able to be boosted by Mercy, and I'm unsurprised that they decided they also didn't want Dragon to be buffed by Window.
Evidence suggests a sniper ahead.
If Pap Shift only healed himself, it would be a buff to most players because it would make them only use it on themselves. There's some truth to that. Mercy Briggs Zen was the support comp during Grav Dragon, right? Yeah, it was kind of it was a ladder meta. I don't remember it making it to Owl, and it was a ladder meta, but it was a ladder meta like between seasons or something like that, and then eventually we got to Goats, yeah.
Get in here.
Good question, Blah. I don't know if Bap Shift repairs his liver damage. So here you are. Let's go back here. Okay.
Get in here.
So you lamp this. You go down to 8 shots, 7 shots. Why? Why? I'm sorry, do you think there's nothing for you to be doing right now? If you feel like, oh, I'm crossing in front of this, so I can't heal my team, I can't shoot at the enemy's enemy anyway, well, A, I bet you've locked yourself out of a little bit of time that you could have gotten a shot. B, you could turn and, I don't know, shoot at the Winston, break the bubble as you rotate over here, and then go up here, and then still be just fine to go right back to this. You're just denying yourself value. You are literally just denying yourself value with this reload. And then you go here, you hit a right click, and do a couple left clicks. You're well past time to throw another right click out. Those were some slow left clicks. So let's throw a right click on Sigma. Almost. Okay. What's this? What is this? I don't want to reload right now. I want to right click on my Sigma. Maybe a right click on my Diva after that. Then a second one on my Sigma. What are you doing? You did not have to do that. You have 7 shots left, 7 right clicks left, and I see a good spot for 3 of them. Oh, high ground, I like this.
Good when I woke
That's
up in
fun.
the morning.
Okay, left clicks. What are you reloading for? You have 7 shots here in 24 out of 45, so still more than half of your shots for offense. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This bubble should be, like, almost broken already. It's amazing you can do that to Widow. Yeah. I mean, that's a positioning issue with where we were, but so be it.
Payload is approaching its destination.
Is that melody?
Okay. So your reloads are tragic. You really need to be conscious of how much you're reloading. You need to not use literally anything as an excuse to reload. Like, I'm not saying you can't ever reload, but right now anything seems to be enough of an excuse for you to reload, and you need to cut that out. You need to cut that out. Oh, you have 7 heal shots left? That's fine. Keep using heal shots. Oh, you have 45 damage shots left, and you're down to 2 heal shots? That probably means you're not finding weave opportunities, and we need to address that. And we do need to address that. It looks like you're not willing to shoot at shields, which is a problem. You're also not weaving enough in general, but you seem particularly not willing to shoot at shields, which looks like a problem. Hey, Bunny.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Barrier in place.
Escort
Keep this out in one piece. I don't mind this ride.
Okay, reasonable shift. We've had lots of not reasonable shifts, but those were okay. Okay, can we get some offense? So here we are.
You're fully healed.
I don't think we needed this. Oh look, I threw a right click at Diva. Now I'm going to left click Moira. Oh look, I threw a right click at Diva. For some reason my positioning is such that I can't hit a left click on anyone. Should that be the case? Probably not. Oh, I threw a right click at Diva. I'm going to throw a left click at Widow. Oh, I threw a right click at Diva and everyone's purple. What am I going to do? Reload is not the answer. No, no. Like, Widow's scary, but she's not paying attention to you. You can put some pressure on her. If you do, like, 50 damage, 60 damage to Widow, it's going to change how she plays completely. She's not going to want to open the angle, and she's going to basically stop doing damage to your team until she gets healed up. Oh, that would give you lots of time to heal your team. Funny how that works. You do damage, it reduces the incoming pressure on your team. Yep, that's how it works. If it were anyone other than Hanzo, you'd lamp him when he's 1 in purple. I mean, yeah, lamping him probably makes sense, but, like, instead we're too busy reloading. Oh, not Lucio? So not Lucio and not Hanzo? Anyone else would be lamped? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fine.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Guess it wasn't my turn.
Nice!
Stop coming out.
Less nice. What are you doing? Why are you walking into this? Like, I can live with this. Put some more pressure on the Rein Shield so you can heal Diva. That Rein Shield's gone. Good, cool. Throw a right click at Diva. What? Who said anything about reloading? Who said you could reload here? Why are you reloading when you're in front of your team, without cover, when you have ammo left? No. High ground? Yeah, high ground would be amazing. But hey, we're here to throw the lamp forward? We could have thrown the lamp forward from on top of the cart. We could have thrown the lamp forward from back here. We could have thrown the lamp forward. I mean, we really could have thrown the lamp forward from here. But hey, whatever. Whatever. Diva gets the lamp at half HP, but not the Hanzo earlier. I'm feeling some anti-DPS bias. Probably. Probably true for this player.
Get inside.
Hanzo was in, or Diva was in deeper against the enemy team. Her positioning suggested that she was in more trouble than Hanzo's did. Don't get me wrong, Hanzo's health and purple warranted the lamp, but Diva may have conceptually been in more danger. Are we shifting? Are we hopping out of here? You're tracking the bubbled Zarya rather than healing your Sigma?
Observe the barrier. Much better.
Right click, right click. Where's your right click? You have to try to weave. I know it's hard. I know you're going to mess up sometimes. You have to try to weave. So, like, right now, 2 people are missing health on your team, and you'd like to hurt Tracer. So let's start with a right click to start our recoil, effectively, for right click. Right clicks have a pretty long delay between them. And then you fill those delays with left clicks. And Tracer's going to be hard to aim at, and your Mercy's going to move around funny. So, like, I accept it if you go this single click in there. Like, I'm okay with that. If you go, let me drop a right click right here, or let me drop a right click right here, or let me drop a right click right here, whatever, and then try to left click on Tracer. And then whether I miss or hit, I'm going to go for another right click. And then I'll try to find Tracer, wherever she is again, for a left click. And that's what we're going to do. And if you miss your left clicks, not a big deal. Will rushing it like this sometimes cause you to miss a right click you wouldn't have otherwise missed? Yeah, but that's okay. That's how you get better. You got to try for your weave here. You see this? I'm going to slow it down, which isn't fair. You go for the DPS, you go for the DPS, and then you go for the heals. And it's like, nah, we didn't want to risk our people getting this weak. How's your Mercy doing? How's your Mercy doing?
Double kill.
Okay. Hanzo solved the problem.
Watch for that sniper.
I like riding payload. She's about to go down. Zebek who actually deserves to get saved more. Could be, could be. I'm suggesting that maybe it isn't, but yeah, probably is. Fun! But is there a reason? Like, that's fun. But you've been not healing your team for a good, you know, not minute, but like for a little bit there as you were over there shooting at both of those. So like, hey, I'm good with shooting with the Zarya, but can we get our right click on, I don't want to call it cooldown, but on recoil? Like there's a delay between your right click. So let's send a right click at D.Va and then double left click this Zarya and then send another right click at D.Va or send a right click at Sigma and then go back to once or double tapping this Zarya and then back to another heal on D.Va. And then you see how this works? That's how we want to play the game. That's what we want to do as BAP. I know it's hard. And I know you do a lot of damage, so you can get tunnely and be like, oh, I want to finish this off. And sometimes that's going to be okay, but sometimes doing that is going to cause people to get eliminated on your team that you don't want to get eliminated. You want to get both done. It's not all damage, it's not all heals. It's not damage then heals, it's a weave pattern. He probably doesn't even have to move the crosshairs and the splash would hit her, that's true.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
How about a little extra?
You did not need that shift. You did not need that reload. Time to leave. These past 10 seconds of our BAP not healing or even looking at his team are why Healbot Mercies exist in metal ranks. That's not true, but it's part of it. Like, it's a very small part of it. I get what you're getting at, Nardstorm, and yes, it can happen. That you get a Mercy that goes, well, my other support isn't healing at all, so I'm going to go full healing because I have a DPS BAP, a DPS Moira, whatever, but I think you are vastly underselling the reality of a lot of people are drawn to Mercy because it's like, oh, she's an angel, she's a healer, she's this, I'm supposed to heal, that's what I do. They have an MMO background and it's a healer. I think there's way more of that and way less of, well, I want to be damage boosting, but my other support isn't healing at all, so I'm going to heal, if we're being serious. Dude's going to Tunker with all that beating. Shift. I don't know what that reload was about. I don't care that you sent one bullet spray into the wall. Like, that was not enough to force you to reload. Now you can reload because you ordered a drop. Okay. Sure. Cool. He's got a bubble. No one is going to help me break the bubble. I'm going to heal my team instead. I'm not going to try to shoot him through the forklift. I'm going to heal my team until he's here. And then once he's here, I've already healed my team once or twice, so now I'm comfortable weaving a left click onto him.
Immortality field destroyed.
That was actually better. Ah!
Immortality field destroyed.
Cool. What is this? Guys, BAP is not a usual hero that I have to go wild over reloads on because his reload animation isn't actually all that long. But, like, this is a problem. You cannot do this. There's a Zarya melting you in your face. You have plenty of offensive power left, and you're reloading? What? What? It's a forklift? Oh, what did I call it? I think it's she has a prettier picture to look at than Peps 2. Debatable. It's a forklift. Temporal, you have to reload every time an enemy gets eliminated. You don't, though. You don't. See, he only has 9 mouse ones left. Right? Right? You said, what is this? Oh, it's a forklift. Got it. Sorry. Thank you. Yes, it is a forklift. I didn't realize that I didn't remember that I said, what is this? I thought I would have called it a forklift because I know it's a forklift. But thank you, Blah. Thank you. You're reloading. Oh my goodness. You're not healing your Mercy. You're not healing your Sigma. You're reloading. Oh, and now we're frontlining. I can actually live with the window. I just don't like conceptually that we're here frontlining in the first place. And I definitely did not eat the lamp. High ground? High ground? High ground? No.
Your support has arrived.
This is a long time to line of sight your team. This is a long time to line of sight your team. So, is this the innocent shall live or the guilty shall die moment? Is that what's going on? Like, are you merciful or are you vengeful? Are you going to be like, hey, I'm going to make sure that my soldier over here lives? Or are you like, no, I'm going to eliminate that Sombra no matter what? I'll tell you what. If you heal soldier once and then double left click Sombra and then heal soldier again, you and soldier are going to beat Sombra. It's what's going to happen, even with your soldier being hacked. If you just try to race the Sombra, Sombra might eliminate your soldier. Huh. Well, you'll probably get her, but Sombra might eliminate your soldier. Why would we take that chance? Why would we take that chance? Throw out the heal, still get the damage in, but throw out the heal, and while you're stuck between the heals, because the heals have a long delay, a fairly long delay, realistically speaking, between each right click, get a couple left clicks in. M1 plus M2 is your friend, Silverbath. Yeah, you can hold down both buttons. I actually like people doing the individual inputs. I think it helps their brain a little bit with the aiming, but yeah.
Good.
I do not believe that shift helped them. It's possible that the column goes much higher and lower than its width. It's possible that it's a column rather than a sphere when BAP uses his shift. I think it is a sphere. But you healed yourself 3 HP with that shift, and you did not heal anyone else. Shift is for you, not for other people, and it doesn't actually have a very long range. Soldier needs to learn to solve his own problems. Builds character. No. Soldier gives that lecture to other people. He doesn't get it himself. Who? Hanzo earned a lamp?
Get in here. Get inside.
Heroes never die. The battle continues.
Okay, turn around. Turn around. Pay attention to the respawns. Good.
You on me. How about a little extra?
Oh, we're frontlining. I don't need you in front. Like, you're way too in front. You're way... I have no problem with you doing lots of damage from BAP. Do it from here. Do it from here. Do it from here. Do it from here. I have no problem with you doing lots of damage with BAP. Stop running in front of your team to do it. Is this an Overwatch U review? Yes, this one is.
Let them up.
Tactical visor activated.
Why, did you want to point out that I was over the magical 37-minute mark there, Blah? Or whatever it was? Pulled back a little bit, not quite enough, but back a little bit. Cool. So like almost, we go here. We right click our diva, we go for a couple left clicks. Now we're gonna right click our diva again? Well, sort of. Sort of. We don't need to double right click her. She's not like in super danger. We can just go do another left click or two before coming back for that next right click. So your out was to just hop up here, because he just used leap, and he can't follow you up here, and Brig can't follow you up here either. Best she can do is snipe you out and knock you back with her whip shot. Oh, you were wondering if he thinks he carried this game and his puzzles way is not climbing? I can look at the post again. Let me take a look. Replay, very close game. Recently got back into Overwatch after a very long hiatus, and I'm struggling to break gold. I focus mostly on Baptiste at the moment, trying to improve shooting healing balance and lamp management. Reasonable. Was wondering if there was any other glaring issues with my play I should work on. Also, general advice on what the high silver, low rank on what to work on in high silver, low rank golds would be appreciated. I'm not going to give you general advice for that, but what I will tell you is that, yeah, your lamps could be upgraded, but they're not my primary concern right now. Yes, it is a big concern for me how you're getting your weaving done, as in it's not good enough, and we've explained what you need to, that you do need to more actively be looking for. Get your right click off, and then go find a left click or two to do, and then get your next right click off. You do need to be doing that. I know it's hard, but you do need to be doing a better job of that. Positioning further back and above your team more often can help with that, as opposed to frontlining like you are. That is definitely something that you can do more of that will help. Don't get drawn into the front line as easily and as often as you do. But the thing that's screaming at you, giant gameplay flaw that we're calling out here, is your reloads. Like, your reloads are tragic. I'm sure now you'll have seen them and you'll be like, oh my goodness, I did not realize I was doing that, and you'll work to fix them, and that's fine. But these are the first thing that you need to work on, these reloads. These are the sort of thing that have become a habit, and you need to break it as quickly as you can. Make your reloads more purposeful, because it's just going to get harder and harder to break this habit. So that's the thing that you're going to work on first here. I don't care about general tips for golds and silvers. We're doing a review of you. We can give you specific tips. Sorry, I didn't mean to redirect you to that. Yeah, the post sounds reasonable. Yeah, no, the post is just fine. I'm not even sure you shift there. Like, she's going to beat you. You're going to get staggered. Whatever. It's minor. A pretty humble post, good attitude. Yep. Supports really are just so much better when they're helping other people. You will do so much better to help your teammates out with their duels rather than seeking your own. For the most part. I mean, you can sort of take your own duel while healing teammates as BAP. It's silly. Like, not your true duel, like against a Tracer in your face, but let me pressure out that Winston that wants to jump on me while healing my Orisa over here. That sort of thing. Okay. What?
You want me?
Your team's getting grabbed. Oh no. We might have to lamp it. I'm not convinced that we do yet. We're massively winning this team fight, so I'm not convinced that we have to lamp this. This looks like a grab that they just threw away to me. But they do have the Big Bang combo. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a throwaway. but you have 10 heal shots and a silly number of left clicks available to you. Definitely don't need to reload. In fact, you can generally take it easy, chill, and sort of go, I'm going to appraise the situation. I'm going to appraise this. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna take a look around, see how it's going. How's this grav going? Does this grav need help? Can I spam left clicks at it? Do I need to lamp for it? Do I need to shoot at, I don't know, a tracer to keep her back? Oh, a tracer's blinking in and pulse bombed? I've got time to react with lamp. Cool. Like, this is easy mode. The classic 1v6 grav, basically. But, for some reason, this 1v6 grav got a lamp. Now, it ends up being okay that it got the lamp, because the pulse bomb comes in, but we shouldn't have been pulled into this. We didn't need to walk close to this to lamp it. Hop up, hop up, hop up. Don't reload, hop up. You were getting bothered, you were taking damage, hop up here, laugh at how much you can dominate them, laugh at the tracer that can't reach you when you're up here. Come on.
You trying to impress me?
Maybe watch too many sliders and thinks he needs to jump into the wormhole with the rest of his team and he'll be left behind. He had to jump through it. Maybe. Are we gonna fight a Bastion? We are. Wasn't quite a fair fight. They're fine. Go for left clicks. Good. High ground, high ground, high ground. Yeah. What? You might have spent down here. No, you just decide that you want to reload here. I don't know why. You can pretty easily hit this pillar, hit this wall to get things done with right clicks. You could shoot into this Moira. Like, you could throw... There's plenty that you can do here. I don't need to reload. I'm fine. I've got 3 shots of this left, 5 shots of this left. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I also don't need to be standing on carts. I can afford to back off a bit. High ground, high ground, high ground, so the tracer's not a threat.
Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, we have a $10 super chat coming in from Bunny. Thank you, Bunny. I very much appreciate that. Once again, a $10 super chat coming in from Bunny. Thank you so much. Okay, here we are. We're reloading with 45 shots in our clip while a Zen shoots at us. This is not our favorite.
You or me, brother.
You don't need to push the cart. Your Sigma's on that. You can hop yourself, like, go, hey, figure out, do you want to be over here? I don't think they let you do that anymore. But you can, like, go, hey, I'm going to hop up over here and contribute in. I'm going to work my way back here and contribute from here. Like, you do not need to be pulling this cart in anymore. You do not need to be on cart. So do not need to be on cart. See how it's easier? See how you can see so much more of what's going on now that you've backed up? You can pick. I want to right-click my soldier. I want to left-click this Winston. I want to right-click my diva. I want to left-click this guy over here. Like, you can see all those things. You can see what's going on and what you need to do. You can see so much more when you're not in the middle of it. When we're in the middle of it, there's a cart blocking a ton of your screen that you can't really see around. There's that. I have to swing over here to do this, over here to do this. Maybe I'll do some damage to Tracer. Now let me swing back here to heal. Maybe I'll do some damage to Winston. Now let me, like, swing up here to heal. Like, you just get overwhelmed when you're here. When you pull back, you can see so much more. You can see clearly now. It's great. And you know what makes it even better? Some height. Your nades that arc down. Yeah. Yeah. This cart becomes even less obtrusive. It's easy. It's easy to heal that diva if you're up here. I see the payload that I want to be on top of from here. No, no plot, no.
Let them up.
Okay.
30 seconds remaining.
I don't need to be here. Your team is trying to push it in. You being an extra body here doesn't make it go faster. This cart will cap as soon as you get them all off of it. So what you need to do is you need to make it so the enemies have to pick between, do they stop the cart or do they go after you? Because they basically have to remove you before they can remove the other people. It's not a complete truism, but it's mostly true that they have to remove you before they can remove these other people. So if you're up over here, Tracer has to go, let me spend 10 hours getting up here. Okay, let me spend 8 seconds getting up here. That's 8 seconds of her not contesting the cart, and her team is going to lose. So, like, oh, okay, she's not going to come after you. Great. If she's not going to come after you, she's not going to win. We like that. We like giving the opponents devil's choices to make. I love how he moves close enough to be booped by ball and goes back once booped. Yeah, so ball can hit him again. It was awfully polite of him. This is Super Mage. Not sure how we got to Super Mage, but hey.
Attack. Ready for battle. Ready for battle. 3,
Okay.
2,
We're gonna do our extra rounds here. Looks good.
attackers incoming. Escort.
Sure. So, like, let's think about this for a second. We're Baptiste. Winston's jumped in. Okay. Winston's left. We would like all of our enemies and all of our friends to be in front of us. That would be cool with us. That would be great with us, in fact. Nope, we're in front of most of our friends right now. Oh, better. No. Okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Why are we going forward? We do not need to push the cart. Why are we in front of the cart? Why are we in front of our Sigma? That's not a thing. Hey, Percival. That's, why are we in our front line? We can't see our Sigma to heal him from here. We can't see anyone on our team to heal him from here. Bap's great strength is how easy it is for him to swap between damage and healing, and how his kit is literally designed for him to do both at the same time. And you're now in this place where you have to, like, wrench your neck to look back at your team to go heal them. No. What if you were, like, over here, and you could be like, oh, look, I can shoot at that, and I can pivot over to heal that. And I can shoot at that, and I can pivot over to heal that. How easy that would be. As opposed to, let me turn and heal. Let me shoot. I wonder if anyone's taking damage. Let me turn and heal. I wonder if anyone's taking damage. Let me turn. Oh, they haven't? Okay, I'll turn back. Like, no.
30 seconds remaining.
Reset where activated. Let me show you how.
And, like, maybe you're thinking you need to stay close to your team because these balls and Winstons and Tracers are going behind your team, and you're like, oh, I need my team to peel for me. Nah, if you're back here, like, it's going to be really hard for those guys to get to you. You'll be able to poke them on the way in, and even if they do, well, I mean, you could be back here and just hop up to here, and that would make them unhappy. That would be a thing. But even if it's back here, like, you can do all these things, and then they drop in the middle of your team, perhaps. Let's go like, oh, yes, they still went here. Well, it's super easy to pivot from shooting at them to healing your team. Shooting at them, breaking the Winston bubble, healing your team. Now, they could come and dive you specifically, but again, you should have your outs. You should have your shift. You can run into spawn. You can pop yourself up here. You can pop yourself up here. You can pop yourself up here. Like, Mercy's still going to come back and help you. Like, we don't need to be huddled on our team like this. We just need to poke them down so that they can't execute dives. We can't be missing shots on Monkey like this. Just a matter of knowing your own rate of fire. Yeah, that's true. Those misses were weird. There's a damage shot, an elimination really, to be had right here. There's a damage shot to be had right here. There's a heal to be had right here. All of these things are in line of sight for you. You're just not choosing to deal with them. You're like, oh, I better hit my reload. Well, I've got 70% heal ammo and 100% damage ammo. Why would you do this? Look for something better to do than reload. Reload should be much lower in your priority list than it is. He drank too much and his liver is not regenerated yet, but we've got shift for that, right? Regenerated first. First that liver back to full. I really don't like this low ground. I really don't like this low ground. Shift. Boom! We survived the pulse bomb. Shift! 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 We know that our lamp is not going to hold out and we desperately need health, right? So we're going to shift, and maybe we're also thinking about, I don't know, charging our exo boots and hopping up here, where we can easily see the whole fight to heal. I don't care about this window anymore. Like, yeah, you needed to stay here when the pulse bomb happened for like, oh, hey, I want to be protected by the lamp, but like, you didn't really even. You could have left and not been hit by the pulse bomb, but still, like, no. Where's your shift? Where's your shift? This is looking grim. Little bit. How much time? 143. That's holdable. That's holdable. They got the cart to the point that is hard to get the cart past. It wasn't like a super shallow push. It was just the standard hard to break spot for the cart here. Yeah, that's fine. You kept waiting for him to get to high ground? Yeah, in general, guys, you don't want to push through down here. You don't want to push through down here. One person, like a Tracer, a Hammond, a D.Va, might help move the cart to here, but your team, the rest of you want to get control of here as the offense. It's the defense too, but it's the offense. Get control around here, get control around here, potentially even wrap through here. Like, this is how we break this. This is actually a really tough spot to break in general. This right here in terms of getting the cart past this against a competent defense. But the way that you do it is you get control up here. You think about, hey, do we need to use this? Do we need to use this? Do we need to even threaten someone through here? We go with these different angles. We don't try to go through this because all these angles that I'm recommending the offense use are also angles that if the offense is trying to push through here, the defense just goes, we're going to shut you down from here. We're going to laugh at you with damage from here. We're going to laugh at you with damage from up here. Like, we're going to maybe send someone down our flank and bother you like this, though this isn't terribly likely. And we're lastly going to have someone just laughing at you from here. A support that you'll never get to. A sniper that you'll never get to. A hit scan that's just like, I'm going to rain bullets on you. Temporal has to talk about Blue Box and the power of it. I do. I kind of do. I hadn't specifically mentioned it by name, but I had hinted at its power. Now, because we're here, we will specifically talk about this is Blue Box, this is magical, this is one of the strongest defensive positions in the game. The team that controls blue box will generally win control of this choke here. Like, blue box controls this entire choke. If you have blue box, if you have, hey, a tank, a brig, something, not so much a brig anymore, but a tank or a pair of tanks enforcing control of this on defense, maybe you have your Winston Diva, your Diva's the one who will drop and contest card and then pop back up if need be. You can just set a Widow, a Soldier, an Ashe back here, and just laugh, and she's never really going to get challenged. Like, anytime the other Widow tries to challenge her, she can't because your team has free access to her. Like, if she tries to open the angle, she's just going to get deleted by your Widow. If she tries to do a skyhook thing over here, she's just going to get deleted by your Widow, plus your tank should give you an early warning of it. Your tanks have this defensive blue box to hide behind, so you can't really have a situation of them getting poked out when your Widow can't contribute to help them. It's amazing. You have to just repeatedly soft dive this or push this with brawly type stuff to try to dislodge the tanks here. And even when you do that, an uncontested poke DPS is contributing, helping them, etc. As well as an uncontested Ana, Zen, whatever it's going to be back here. BAP. You can do sneaky stuff like try and sneak someone through here to contest, and that helps. You can try to get someone through here, but this is brutal to walk across. You've got a better rotation by going, hey, we're going to sneak people through here and then drop them and go in here. That's better, but it takes forever to do that rotation for most people. You can try and be sneaky down here. Again, a rotation that takes forever. Repeatedly soft diving this until it trades in your favor, which most of the time it won't, so it will take multiple, or catching them off guard and sneaking someone through here. Those are basically your options against a coordinated defensive team. Okay. Blossom into the discussion on blue box. Maybe other people were interested in it, but I'm interested in it. I did see a request actually early for a map series, and I probably should do that. That would be well received. That is something that the community has wanted for a while. Like, the maps aren't all as interesting as Gibraltar from a power position standpoint, but it's probably worth doing. TLDR, Blue Box OP, most powerful, typo. Yeah, if that cart was 10 meters back, this would be way more difficult. Absolutely. Much blue box, all the power. This is blue box. Hogway invented Kung Fu. Jeff invented Overwatch here. It is the most powerful spot in the whole game. Platt kind of understands this. Platt pushes card underneath, gets wiped, then once at blue box, then once card is at blue box from the previous fight, all on top. So they're sort of getting there. Oh, post powerful equals most powerful, typo? Okay, got it. You know the scene where Mustafa says everything the light touches? Yeah, they filmed that here at Blue Box. That's how powerful Blue Box is. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Especially the map points that are extremely high ground focused, like Junkertown 3rd. Okay, okay.
Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
We see where the Widow is. Interesting. Do we care about healing? Do we care about healing? Like, it's a lot of offensive shots. I see someone's missing health over there. I know that a Tracer and Ball came up in this direction. Well, Ball backed off, but I know there's a Tracer up here. I'm not remotely interested in getting a heal shot off. Why not?
Damn.
Oh, we're frontlining. Hint, we're not supposed to be frontlining. Was that a wasted chip? Probably. Let me go check.
Regen burst activated.
He took 50 damage from the ball rolling into him. I'm okay with it.
Don't get caught.
And then it even healed up a little more of the tracer damage. No, it's a fine shift. I mean, whether he should have got hit by the ball, whether he should be here rather than up here, but, you know, whether he should be here rather than have backed off a little bit and be healing his team and shooting at the tracer instead of being like, no, I'm going to drill the ground team. Why? Why? Just back here. Don't be in this spot where the tracer and the other team and the rest of our team can shoot at you. Be in just the spot with, oh, I'll just limit it to one enemy on my screen because I can only shoot at one enemy at a time anyway. So one enemy and most of my allies on my screen, sounds good to me. Don't need a bunch of enemies on my screen and another enemy that I'm on the screen of. Don't need that. Let's shoot ball and ignore the thing that one clip. Can one clip half the people here? Yeah.
This is not your time.
High ground? Please go take high ground. Please go take high ground. The Doomfist can't bother you if you're above him.
60 seconds.
All better.
Oh no. Oh no. We've taken the ultimate low ground. I don't want you to be here. Please go take high ground. Please go take high ground. Please go take high ground.
30 seconds.
High ground? High ground? High.
Let them up.
You do not need to be in the middle of this brawl. It's so peaceful up here. It's so peaceful up here. There's not a giant minefield. You can pick and choose your targets. Like, it's so peaceful up here.
Tactical visor activated.
10 seconds.
Tactical visor.
You're at full health. If you wanted to pocket the Mercy, pocket her with right clicks, not your shift. Okay. I think it's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Regen burst activated.
You frontline so hard right in front of their spawn. You might lose this. You're gonna lose this. That was in the bag and you're gonna lose this. So that's the Zen. Cool. Let's shoot at the Zen. No problem. No, I did not say walk at the Zen. I don't need to eliminate the Zen. I can shoot at the Zen from here because the Zen has to walk into my angle. He has to walk into my angle. I don't need to eliminate him. If he doesn't walk into my angle, he loses from the overtime wick. Why? Why did I just open an angle on two of their spawn doors? Why did I do that? Why? What? Am I going to get widowed? Am I going to get Hanzo'd? Am I going to get doomfisted? Like, why did I just open an angle on their spawn doors? I was perfectly happy right here. If the Zen didn't touch, we won. I didn't actually need to go eliminate him. And if someone was going to go forward and pressure and eliminate that Zen, it probably wasn't me as the support. I'm a support, and I'm not even Lucio. I probably don't need to be in front of the entirety of my team. In fact, if I wanted to be anywhere, it would be back here, behind my whole team, where I can selectively see my team to heal them and enemies to shoot at. Yeah, yeah. And as soon as he transcends, you're like, oh shoot. Yeah, I mean, you should be going, oh shoot, I'm in the wrong position. We're hitting a meaningless reload that we cancel with a shift to get ourselves 2 HP.
Regen burst activated.
Only to reload again? This is a tough call between your positioning and a reload zone, which is going to be worse. Okay, so we need to take high ground. Like, this isn't optional. We need to take high ground. We so desperately need to take high ground. If we take high ground, We're up here. It gives Mercy easy access to up here. Fortunately, she found her way up here. We can take nice, dangerous shots at the Zen while healing our Reinhardt, shoot the Hanzo, or shoot the Winston while healing our Hanzo. So many good things we can do from up here. Look at this now. Instead of being you, we're going to be me. I'm playing BAP from up here. Shoot, 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 heal. Shoot, 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 heal, heal. Shoot, shoot, heal. Shoot, shoot, heal. Shoot, shoot, heal ball. Shoot, shoot, heal. Shoot, shoot, heal. Shoot, 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 heal. Shoot. Fine. Now they're going to come up and get me. Maybe I'll back up. Maybe I'll go over here. Damage, damage, damage. Heal. Damage, damage.
Meteor strike.
Damage, damage, damage. Damage. Okay, really they've jumped up and eliminated me by this point. If I hadn't already turned the fight by having been able to do whatever I wanted from up here instead of getting eliminated down here like you did. Like, you see how much calmer I could be? Like, I'm being a silly person and calling out damage and heal at a rate that can't actually keep up with BAP's rate of fire for these things, so I'm feeling a little rushed. But, like, even with that in mind, you see how easy it is? You see how easy it is? Oh well. Oh well. And now one Lucio. Temporal said the L word, Blaz triggered. What, Lucio? Oh. I guess I did, yeah. But Racing's even swapped to Lucio, so... This was in the bag. Like, this game was literally in the bag. Even with them having Transcendence and Primal to contest with. Like, this was in the bag, and you had a good 60, 70% chance of still winning it if you'd just been up here instead of down here. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It's that big of a difference. If just in this one fight, you'd been up here instead of down here when the Zen popped Trans and the Monkey popped Primal. Was the Monkey going to come up and try to knock you down and things like that? Yeah, probably. So what? You then hop right back up. There's no cooldown. Like, we're good. Okay.
Victory.
So, that's painful. That is painful. You have some things to work on. The two most important things for you to work on. Get out of the front line. You need to get out of the front line. Above and behind your team is your preference. Behind your team is fine if it's the only option and there is no high ground option. But above and behind your team is your preference in like 85, 90% of situations is Baptiste. Sometimes there'll be like a Widow on the other team that could see your high ground and you don't like it, so you have to adjust your positioning a little bit. But like the majority of the time, above and behind your team. Makes it harder for Tracer to come find you, makes it harder for Doomfist to come find you, makes it so that people like Winston and Hammond have to spend their cooldowns to come get you, and then you drop and they drop and you hop back up and they're like, wait, I got you baited. What just happened? Like, it is amazing what high ground does for you. It makes it so much easier to aim, to pick between your targets here. When you're on the cart, when you're in the middle of the fight, it's like, whoa, let me turn over there. Whoa, let me turn over there. Whoa, what's over there? Oh, the cart is blocking like half of everything and I can't interact with my teammates or opponents over there. I don't like that. Like, you're a ranged hero as BAP. Play at a range. You're not like the Reaper of healing as BAP. Moira would be the closest thing to that. Moira, if she's closer to the fight, I'm not going to be upset. You have no business there. You shouldn't be in melee range in most of these fights, and you definitely shouldn't be in front of your tanks in most of these fights. So get out of the front line. First thing. Second thing, I'm sure you saw your reloads. I'm totally sure you saw your reloads. I pointed out a bajillion of them. I did not point out all of them. You need to go ahead and adjust those, clean those up, recognize what you're doing. You don't reload just because you got an elimination. You don't reload just because someone got healed to full. You don't reload because for a fraction of an instant no one is on your screen. In most of those situations, someone should be on your screen, or you're just not seeing that someone is on your screen. The reason someone isn't on your screen is because you've aimed your screen in a direct direction when there's no one, not because there's actually no one in line of sight. You're missing out on a lot of pressure with these extra reloads. You're also missing out on a lot of pressure by being positioned wrong, where it's hard to weave, where it's hard to pick your good targets. We could get into weaving as a third point, but it's really not even worth getting into. Like, these two things are so much more important for you right now. Get out of the front line. Don't be in front of your tanks. Play above and behind whenever it's available, and not going to just instantly get you destroyed anyway, and get control of these reloads. Work on each of these things one at a time with like 5 to 15% of your brain power, one at a time. So like 5 to 15% of your brain power specifically on staying out of the front line, more positioning up, above and behind your team as opposed to in front of your tanks. That's what we want to do. Once you sort of just make that your natural style, you work on it, you're thinking about it, and 5 to 15% of your brain power means you should be able to keep it in mind while playing. It doesn't mean you're thinking about every instant like with all your brain power, but it does mean you don't forget like halfway through the game what you're working on type thing. Like that's the level of in mind that we're talking about here. So that's what we're doing. Get that there, work on that, improve that. It's not hard. It's not a hard adjustment. I know you can do it. It's just moving where you're positioning in fights. Not a big deal. And then once you feel like that's locked in because you've spent your time, you've really got that, and now you're just naturally going to those positions as fights happen, as fights evolve, you're working your way back into those positions. Great. Then you get to move on to the next thing. And the next thing is working on these reloads. Those two things, one at a time. That's what your assignment is. I hope that helps. If people have questions, they can throw them up in chat now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Oh, you guys got active at the end here. Okay, especially no. Do we care about the tracer? Was that a wasted shift? We covered those. But the ball's easier to hit. Tracer can one clip people. Can Silva Tracer one clip half those people? Well, no, but I can't one clip a map who abuses exhibits. Fair. It's over, Anakin. I have the low ground. It was some bad low ground. This is so painful to watch. Oh my god. I mean, the game was thrown into the trash can, unfortunately. He thinks he's Zen pressing Q when he was windowing there. Yeah, it was. Like, it was hard to watch how tight in that brawl he wanted to be, how much he wanted to go in front of the tanks, how much he wanted to attach himself to the point. Remember, we don't want to be on the point. We want, if someone else is contesting the point, that's great. Now the opponents have to pick between dealing us away from the point, healing the people on the point, shooting the people on the point, and stopping the point or pushing the point. We don't want to make it easy on them by us being on the point. Unless the fight is happening significantly in front of or behind the point, and then we could potentially be pushing the point. But hey, on offense. Did we shoot the Tracer instead of healing our Mercy while she was rezzing? Mercy lives matter. Lamp, he single-handedly lost the game. It wasn't single-handed, but he could have single-handedly turned this into like literally, if he'd standed on this high ground for the last fight, like there's at least a 60-70% chance that his team wins this match. Like this loss is 100% his fault. It's not. Other people could have done more too. You know that's not how it works. I'm just bronze, but I don't think she should have engaged the Zen. Well, he shouldn't have run forward to engage the Zen. He could have held the angle where if the Zen tried to open, the Zen has to walk into the angle that he's pre-holding with his crosshair. That could have been fine. I always heal my Mercy is BAP. Me too. This is why you never give up, because someone from the other team can always find a way to throw an unlosable game. Oh. Power of friendship, Nordstorm, that's why we only give up when the screen says defeat, then we go again. It's over when I say it's over. I don't know when the Winston was bubbling. To throw an unlosable game, giving ball extra protection, okay. It's his Doomfist. Doomfist is sitting duck when he lands, true. It's impressive how much he messed things up. I mean, we don't want to be too hard on the guy, guys. Like, it's one loss. He'll recover from it. But I really hope it was obvious to him how much of a difference positioning differently in one fight could have made here, because that means this is the game that, like, this one easy piece of advice that we're telling you, that we're like, or that I'm telling you, that is like, hey, this is how you play bat better, and this is a very obvious case example of it, of even just moving your positioning in one fight changes the outcome of a game, which is kind of cool, because this isn't hard. Moving yourself from here to here isn't hard, so you get to make this small adjustment and you get to win some of these games. I'll bet 5 people have this BAP on their avoid now. Probably not, because while it's obvious to us, it wasn't obvious to them. At least then the monkey's having to choose between you and your team if you're on the high ground. Now avoid lists for Sombras. Temporal, could his second thing be he needs to be don't run into Hammond mines evens if you're under lamp? Okay, third. We're not doing a third. The first two are so big. So big. Okay, avoid list as the Hanzo aimbots. You don't want Hanzo aimbots on your team. Avoiding them still lets them be on the enemy team. Yeah, you don't want to avoid people who are hidden shots. He wants to work against their SR, not for it. Okay. You're not adulting Zen Silverpap. There used to be the ability to avoid getting people on the enemy's team way back, but Widowmaker's great. Yeah, that was like the very, very beginning of the game. We got triggered at the end. We did get a bit triggered at the end. It's important to point out Soldier wasn't on the high ground either, but Hanzo was. Hanzo spent some time on the high ground. What if he'd had a BAP up there with him? Oh well. Oh well. Okay. If you guys have any more questions, comments, anything like that, please throw them up now. Thank you once again, Bunny, for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate that. If people are looking to get coaching and the like themselves, they can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, promos, any sort of special events we have going on, server pugs, those sorts of things. Or you can, through the Discord, see what sort of topics we're going to cover, we're getting into. When I go live, I'll link what we're going to be covering, whether it's a Silver BAP review, whether it's a GM Reinhardt review, whether it's reviewing someone else's guide, whether it's covering, I don't know, AMC accepting Bitcoin, whatever we're going into there, you'll see it and you'll decide, oh, I want to see that, or I want to be there to be part of that discussion. And hey, that's there for you. So join the Discord, you get good stuff, or you get to see cool stuff. If you guys are enjoying this video, please do like and subscribe, as I appreciate that. And let's head on over and see if we want to do any sort of host or anything. Probably not, but let's take a look with our weird cross-platform host shenanigans, because I don't think we see anything that we want to do here. But I'll take a quick look, see if there's anyone that I would point you guys towards. Ace of Spades, maybe. No. I think we're going to come out with probably not here. It's just too late. And it's too late. We're into a lot of stuff that doesn't work there. One more look. No, we're down to those viewers. Okay, that's going to be a no. But that's okay. Temporal, who's your favorite stand-up comedians? Tough call. That's a tough call. Sorry. I love your content. Thank you, Bunny. Temporal, do you want to buy a slightly used and somewhat functional Pioneer receiver from Nardstorm? I do not. Thank you. At Nardstorm, the Brigger thinks she's Rhine, and he has the ability to make sound and pass through video. I believe you. No guarantees on you being able to play back audio sources, though. It functions great as a white noise generator. Okay. Okay. We're going to call it there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.